Hey, welcome back to another episode of Cheapskate Nation. We got a little problem here. My wife's 2014 Yukon. It's got a door handle that's all falling apart. The interior side of it's all falling apart. So what we're going to do today is we're going to fix that. We're going to get online. We're going to find out. We're going to see if we can find a new one online and order it up and get it all fixed for us. That way her car's going and looking good and the way it should. But, chances are if you got like a 2012 to 2018 Yukon, Tahoe, Silverado, Sierra, you could have the same problem too. So you might as well follow along real quick and figure out how easy it is to replace this part and how cheap it can be. Let's get started. So I'm scanning here how much it's going to be for a door panel for my wife's Yukon. And it looks like they range from $180 to $530. Let's scroll over. Yeah. $466 right here. Ouch. $156 on eBay. This is pretty steep. Yeah, $470 is a little steep for some doors. Let me show you what's wrong with this thing real quick. This right here. That's what's wrong with it. It's all floppy, it's broken, the plastic's broken underneath. I'm wondering if this top part can be separated from it and I can get in there and work on it. So here's a look up underneath it. You can see the plastic is just completely cracked out and broken. That's all got to be put back together. Yikes, this might be a rough one. Let's see, let's get a 10 millimeter. Looks like 2 10 millimeters there. And probably some kind of cap or screw under there. And I don't see anything around the edges. The door panel looks pretty easy to pop. Now, I do have to say the door panels, in today's age, they've gotten way easier to pop. So I don't think we're going to have too much of an issue popping this one. So the two tools I got right now is a 10 millimeter on impact and my trim piece tool. We're going to start with these two bolts right down in here. Okay, so you got 3 tabs here. This one clicks actually right here into the door. Let's see how easy it is to come off. Is it going to just lift up out of place? Like I said, I've never done one of these before, so I am learning. So something that I missed, you just got to pull out on that. It's got a little retainer there and it pops right off of there. Next thing, I bet this is going to have to come up and we're going to have to detach the electric. Yep. That wasn't too bad. Oh boy, we got a lot in this one. There's 1, 2. Come on. These come off. There's just a little retaining clip here. And they come right off. There's 3. There's 4. Set that. Your little pry tool. This one's kind of got a blunt edge on it. It's not as sharp as it used to be, so I use this little pick to get under there. Kind of wedge it up. Just like that. Now look around. Huh. A lot of the times a 5-in-1 is your best friend for getting in here because it's got this sharp edge. You just want to slip it in there. Find the clips and pop them. There's the top one. There's that one. There's that one. You gotta go all the way around the door. There we go. Hey, there's that bolt I dropped earlier. Here's a part of the old door handle that busted. Once you get that far, you should be able to just pull this off, and I think there might be. Does this one have it attached still or not? We're gonna find out. Oh. Yep. So once you get it this far, let's try to get the camera over here. You just gotta undo this part. Without breaking it. And I'll show you this part. So basically you just squeeze these 2 pieces together right here. And you can kind of work it around and pry it, and then it'll pop out. And then the door panel will come off. Oh. And your heated seat switch will harness will come with it if it has that equipped. Let's go see if we can get this thing fixed. So here's a close-up of the backside of the door panel. This is the area concerned right in here. Yeah, you do see bolts here, but just taking those bolts off is not going to grant me access because this piece of metal has been plastic welded or riveted to it, so that's not going to really help me out much. It actually looks like there's some JB weld in here. It looks like it might have been repaired by a previous owner. So, great. We're going to have to figure this one out. This might be a bigger job than I wanted it to be. But here's the inside of it. Here's it upside down, I should say. Looks a little different. Yeah, this is all this plastic in here. It's just broken. So this is the inside of the door handle. That's broken. It's came disconnected from the door there and here, and it's split right in the middle in 2. So I think we're gonna go see if we can't find ourselves an old plastic coat hanger. And maybe glue this piece to get back together to start with, right through there. You'll see. Now, as I take more of this apart, I'm getting a better understanding of what I can do to fix this. I'm completely winging it. Just trying to make it about 18% better than what it was, because, I mean, it was old Floppy Joe over there just falling apart, and I'm not paying $470 for a door panel. Man, I guess I could have checked the wrecking yard, but who's to say a wrecking yard is going to be any better? So, I mean, worst case scenario, I burn $20 material at home and fix it myself, or I don't fix it and have to buy a new one anyway. So, we'll grab a coat hanger, see what happens. So I got a coat hanger. Thinking I can cut it into pieces. See these grooves right along in here? Kind of like cut these out. Lay a piece of this coat hanger rod in there and either hot glue or epoxy it all together to at least get this, make these two pieces one piece again. Then you can see it's got the pegs on it still of where it used to be part of one. You know, before I cut all that out, I'm going to look at it a little bit closer and see if I can't just put this coat hanger on the outside. Sweet. I'll show you. So we got this part that inserts up under there somehow, like so. And then this is kind of just a great big void up in here. If I cut this, it won't hold this rubber up tight. So I'm thinking maybe I just lay the coat hanger in right along here. So I found the hot glue, got in my stash of hot glue. You know, I do like using hot glue because you can undo hot glue pretty easily, especially with plastics. It doesn't take 6 hours to dry or 24 hours to dry. And you know, it'll do the job. It has some fairly good bonding durabilities or properties about it. So it's just kind of like a no-brainer to do. I did think about it, what if the car gets 120 degrees on the inside? Well, I guess we're screwed then. It'll come apart, but we'll find out. You know what they say, happy wife, happy life. I'm fixing for a happy wife and a happy life. Now this model of coat hanger, it's got a pretty rounded, or fairly rounded, but flat side to it too. Kind of oval shaped. I think it's going to work perfect for this part of the project. Well, it looks like my hot glue gun's ready. Probably should clean this up a little bit so it sticks a little better. Let's see what happens. Just lay a nice big thick bead in there. Glue. Go to this next. That's perfect. It's Arts and Crafts Day here at Cheapskate Nation. And we'll put this one right in there like so. And make sure this inside piece butts up perfect. And it's doing that perfect. We're going to let that kind of sit up for a minute. And that's going to give us a lot of our strength back into it. Now, hey, look, it's one part again. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Then is what we're going to do is where this crack is here. We're going to go ahead and fill that full with hot glue. I'm going to let it ooze over the top just a little bit, because that'll lock in the bond. Alright, we're going to let that dry and see what happens. Or cool, we should say. Hey, it's not too late for you to subscribe. By you subscribing helps me put out more of these videos, and all I'm trying to do is just help you save a buck or two. So click that button, click that bell that notifies you when I put out a new video, which the next video might help you too. So make sure you subscribe, and I really appreciate it if you do. So the next step after it dries, I'm going to lay in some glue right here and along here. Dries, cures, cures, dries, cools. You know what I mean. Perfect. That's going to work just perfect. Hey, I just want to remind you, hot glue is hot. I got some stuck to me right here. Doesn't feel too good, so don't let it get stuck to you. Maybe wear some gloves. So I've now come to realize that the hard part is going to be getting this part back in there now that I made one piece out of two. Came out really easy as two pieces, but it ain't going back in so easily as one piece. Dang it. So I kind of got it going in right now. Just going to have to slip it up in there. Get it all aligned. And work it into position. Along with this rubber here. I mean, it's where it needs to be, but it's just not like it should be. If you know what I mean. It needs a lot of this hot glue in there. This rubber, I think, actually had little tabs that clicked into there, and those are gone now. So we're gonna just seal it up with hot glue the best we can. We're gonna load it up in here. Just load it. Here we go. Get myself an extra stick ready to go here. Whoops. I mean, it's in place. Now I'm gonna look at it one more time. I guess it just goes like that. That's going to be hard. That's exactly why I had the extra stick ready. Oh, come on. It might squeeze out the bottom. I don't really care about that if it does. Oh, where's that little screwdriver? It's perfect. Take the screwdriver, smear it through there. That's back together. Actually looking pretty good. It's okay to put hot glue where you're never going to see it again. How we go to sell the car. If we ever do. She runs too good not to. So it's still loose back here. You're definitely going to want to super glue that. Definitely. Actually, drop down in here. Oh yeah, the mother load. Hot. Yow, hot. What was I thinking? Use this. It's got squishy in here. Kind of wish I could have filled that up better. I wonder if there's a way I can. Maybe we could pull it back and stick another piece of coat hanger up in there to make it more rigid. Looks like it's going to take all the rest of this straight part. Don't tell my wife I used her coat hanger. Still hot, but good. Perfect. Actually, might just do part of the trick. And see, so what I like about hot glue, you can clean up the little tidbits that you don't want left behind. Really easy. I don't know how long this is going to last for. But let's flip it over, see if we can get some access to it on the back side here. Or upside down wise. You know what I need? I need a box. I got a box. Borrow this one. This is perfect. Check this out. Let's get the camera over here. You can see right down in there, I got all that room to work with. It's gonna be wonderful. I'm gonna get a couple pieces of blue tape ready to go. Sticks to me better than does the car. Now you want the hot glue nice and hot so it flows down into that crack. And the reason for the tape is to lightly wrap around it and hold it together and not my fingers. I mean, I'm not going for glory here. I'm going for a happy wife. So, you know, doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to work. And I think it's going to. I hope it works. It'd be nice if it did. Alright, so we're going to let this set up for, 20 minutes, cool down, see how it acts, what it's doing. Might be perfect, might not be. I really don't know. Might have to just go to like JB Weld or something like that. Hey, you can criticize me all you want for this repair. I got thick skin. I'm winging it. I mean, taking some stuff I know and trying to make something better. Take what I know and make it whole. I don't know. I'm getting a call from 425-541-9968. If that's you, I'll call you back. If it's not you and nobody else knows who it is, call them back. It's probably a spammer. Get 17 of them a day. That reminds me, would you guys like to see me prank one of these spammers that call me? Comment down below. I'll do it. I don't care. I'll do it. It'll be fun. Let me push the decline button real quick. Ruining my video. Why? You know, I called one of those numbers up and I said, hey, I don't want to get called by these people anymore. Or you put your number on the registry or whatever, I still get the calls. So I just screw with them. My favorite line is to ask them if they've ever had Oreo cookies and milk. They get all confused. Typically, they're my grandson and they want money. Well, I ain't got no grandkids, so I know it's a scam instantly. If I got grandkids, I don't know about them. That'd be a weird thing. All right, enough of that. Let's get back to the project. I just sent my wife a picture of the door handle behind me. A bunch of parts in my hand. I said, I think I'm in over my head. Can you buy a new door panel on your way home? She hasn't replied yet. She replied, really? Question mark, question mark, question mark, dot, 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 dot. What's that mean? So I just peeled off the tape and learned a new trick. Check out right there. That's where the tape was. That's where it wasn't. All through there. Or right there and right there. So I'm wondering if I could heat this up real quick, put a piece of tape over it, and make it look like the rest. That's pretty badass, really. But it's feeling pretty strong. I mean, it's still got a little bit of flex to it. I gotta work on the top side now, and that's gonna be the hard part. The very hardest part. We'll figure it out. So I got it flipped over. I'm also gonna dump a bunch of hot glue down in here, right in here, and right in here, because that's where all that stuff meets, just to give it some extra strength. Now, one thing that I like about hot glue is you got all these plastic edges in there. Well, you can wrap that hot glue from this side around that plastic edge, and this whatever is up here on top, it can really hold itself together. It like bonds to itself the best. And that's kind of why I like hot glue. It makes it easier to use in certain circumstances, like this one. All right, now we're slathering it in. Just all over the place. Wherever we can. Oh, we need another glue stick. Someday, some technician will be pulling apart this panel and be like, oh, this is genius. Or they could laugh. Either way, I don't care. I'm just trying to give my wife a functioning door again. Good and strong. Strong and good. I think that's going to work. It's probably all seeping out the backside and it'll be a big giant mess to clean up. Let's look. Not too bad. See, I tried that tape trick and it just not working like I was hoping it would. You know, don't look at the bottom side, just look at the top side. Sometimes hot glue doesn't always stick, and you got to do it again. It's because there's a big layer of dust underneath there. Or dirt. See? You just come back here, this extra stuff. Scrape and peel away. I mean, the outside in this part's like pretty good. I got to get some glue down in here. That's going to be the secondary hard part. But once I do that, It should be ready to go. That one's I'm going to need lots of tape for. Hey, don't go nowhere. I got extra secrets coming up. Just watch. I promise. They're going to be good. Alright, we're going to get down in here, see if we can't glue this back together. Let's get some tape first. Ready to go. Might need another stick, too. I just have to tell her no slamming doors. We're going to try that much and see if we can do it. Make sure that's all like nice and even in there. It ain't gonna be perfect. We're going for functionality, not perfectionality. Perfectionality, that's a new word. It is way too hot in here to do this project. It's like 91 in here. But it's a Tuesday after work and projects don't finish themselves. Alright, it's time to peel off the tape and see what we got. This thing's actually starting to feel really solid. About as good as it was brand new. I'm really happy with it. Where's all the tape at? There it is. Perfect. Look at that. It actually looks pretty smooth for a... It's 2014. It's 2024 10-year-old door handle. Done all right. Yeah. It's got a lot of strength in it. So I'm really surprised. It ain't perfect. I think maybe is what I'm going to try to do is pour some glue right down here and try to get it back in there. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll look at the bottom side of it. So earlier in this video I said I had tricks. Well, I'm going to show you that trick. So right there it just looks like garbage. We get out the old Sharpie. Make it all better. I don't see nothing. So now that the handle's all good and strong, we've got one thing left to do. Install it, or two things left to do. Install it and show the wife and see if she approves. So it's getting laid out. I went ahead and put the door panel back on. Super simple to do. You just want to make sure that you start by hooking the top edge in. Down at the bottom, there's two posts that guide it in. Once you get those posts guided in, you just go around with your fist and bop, bop, bop all the way around and it'll pop right in, no problem. After you get there, you also want to get your controls in. Make sure you hook up your heated seats if you got that. And then you got your two bolts here, your one bolt back here, and then you got your lock lever right here. And that's what it is, and it's working nice and strong. Look at that, I'm pulling on it. It's nice. I mean, as long as nobody tries to use it to lift themselves into the vehicle, we'll be good. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and I absolutely thank you very much for subscribing. We are growing this channel. With your subscription, it motivates me to do more car projects and get better quality videos to you sooner. So make sure you keep on subscribing. Even when I'm out here in 92-degree heat, still want to make videos for you guys. So thanks again. Like and subscribe. Catch you next time.